The Munchkin Nook. Bumpy Munchkin. One late summer afternoon, Bumpy, a small pug-nosed munchkin, was peacefully sailing in his homemade nutshell sailboat on his favorite lake. The birch leaf sail was patched up in many places. The mast was also worn out, not like in its heyday when it was still new. However, Bumpy was not bothered by this at all. He liked to lie back in the boat as it gently rocked and dreamily admire the clouds. The only thing that made him sad was that he was always alone. When he felt lonely, he often created funny stories about the shapes he saw in the clouds. There are others, too, who feel this way when they are alone. The shipwreck. The afternoon started off no different than the others, except, of course, that suddenly a strong wind kicked up, something which didn't happen too often around there. It blew hard, whistled angrily, and made giant waves on the lake. The wind lifted the sailboat with its tiny little passenger high in the air and whisked it away. By the time Bumpy Munchkin realized what was happening, he found himself in a forest. He had a scratch on his arm and a bump on his knee from when the sailboat crashed to the ground. The landing made a hole in the bottom of the boat and the mast was broken too. This rather annoyed him. "You silly Billy Sir Wind! Where have you taken me? Look what you've done to my sailboat!" But Sir Wind was, by then, over hill and dale, and didn't hear our little hero's complaints. In his sadness, Bumpy sat down by the trunk of a hollow tree and started to whimper. He was sitting there quietly crying when suddenly he heard something. "Hey, you there!" someone said behind him. "Would you mind moving a bit? I can't open the door because you're in the way." Bumpy Munchkin jumped up straight away, looked around, and saw a tiny little door in the trunk of the tree where he was sitting. "Who's there?" he asked. The door opened, and a munchkin wearing brown clothes and a brown hat stepped out. He straightened up and put his hand out. "I am Dan Munchkin. This tree is my home. Who are you, and how did you get here?" "My name is Bumpy," Bumpy said. "I live in a place far away from here, and a little while ago I was peacefully sailing on the lake when a strong wind carried me away, and, well, this is where I landed. My boat is wrecked."
Sample complete. Ready to continue?